လည်ကြိုဆိုလိုက်ပါတယ်။ကျမတို့ channel ကိုကြည့်ရှုအားပေးကြသောမိဘပြည်သူများကိုအထူးကျေးဇူးတင်ရှိပါတယ်ရှင်။
Tammy Jermathy says that paranormal activity has become a regular part of her life. Tammy believes that a dark entity has attached itself to her and follows her from home to home, no matter where she moves. Tammy is so intent on capturing evidence of the supernatural activity that she experiences on a daily basis that she set up multiple motion-activated security cameras all around her home in Mountain House, California. For the first time ever, she captures what she has witnessed firsthand throughout her life on camera. Her cameras capture extreme poltergeist activity as furniture and objects move on their own. And then, most terrifying of all, a pale figure can be seen looking out from behind a wall. And these spooky incidents are just the beginning of what Tammy captures on her cameras. On January 30th, 2020, Tammy packs up her life and moves from California to her new home in McKinney, Texas. Almost immediately after moving in, the paranormal activity starts up once again, and the events only seem to get worse as Tammy, her cats, and even her dog are terrorized by the dark presence in her home.
So he's literally been standing there now for about 10 minutes. Won't come when I call him, hasn't moved at all, just keeps staring in here at me. Really kind of creeping me out.
Tammy's cats seem visibly spooked by something we can't see. And as her cute little doggie is alone in the kitchen, a fork suddenly launches from the dishes in the kitchen sink and lands in an empty frying pan. Another area in Tammy's new Texas home that seems to attract a lot of supernatural activity is her bedroom, where she keeps a collection of antique dolls, old photos, and clothing in a wooden and glass display cabinet. Over the years, Tammy has captured countless motion-activated videos of terrifying activity in her home, and she begins to share her videos online on TikTok for the world to see. She immediately begins to receive a lot of attention from concerned paranormal fans as she frequently uploads her haunting experiences. To Tammy's horror, the unknown entity that she captured on figure that she captured on camera in California seems to appear in her new Texas home's bathroom mirror. So what do you think is going on in Tammy's home? Could a dark entity have made a connection to her and now be following her from home to home, never stopping? As always, I leave it up to you to decide. You can watch all of Tammy's paranormal experiences over on her TikTok page, The Haunted Eye. Popular Japanese ghost hunters Gachan, Daichan, and Yasuke from the YouTube channel Clip Store are contacted by a viewer who tells them the story of the historic Sabukawa village in Miyazaki Prefecture, Japan. The small Japanese village was built way back in 1597 in a remote area high in the mountains. the mountain village had no roads and was a bit dangerous to travel to. So by the mid-1900s, many of the villagers began to leave the settlement. By 1989, the historic 400-year-old Sabukawa village was completely abandoned. An anonymous viewer tells the ghost hunters that a few years ago, a friend of hers went to visit the decaying and empty houses of Sabukawa village, deep in the mountains. The urban explorer told her that he was confronted by an angry old couple who seemed to be living in the abandoned village. Strangely, they told him to, quote, leave and die. Allegedly, only 6 months after his journey to the village and the bizarre meeting, the man passed away. Now, the viewer says that as inaccessible as the mountain village is, it seems very unlikely that an old couple would be living there all alone. So considering the odd encounter and the man's subsequent death, the viewer is convinced that the people that her friend met were actually angry, vengeful spirits. The Clip Store team sets out to investigate whether the abandoned Sabukawa village might be haunted. When they arrive at the location, they realize just how hard it is to reach the town. They have to leave their car and continue hiking on foot. After they finally arrive at the village, the team decides to split up and meet back in 30 minutes. They all set timers on their phones and go their separate ways to explore. In the dead of night, Clip Store host Gachan discovers the ruins of an abandoned school. What happens next is downright creepy.
お、裏側。いや、もう無理だね。傾いてるしな。え？傾いてるしな。え？走る足音みたいなしてる。え？は？めっちゃ誰もいるわけないけどさ。
Gachan discovers that the building is on the verge of collapse, but still from somewhere inside, he hears the sound of someone running, followed by the loud bang of something slamming or falling.
物音すごい。お、何？タイマー鳴った。いや、めっちゃ物音したの今入るから。ちょっと待って。30分経ちました。戻ります。
Gachan's timer alerts him that the 30 minutes are up, and then there's some strange loud bang from inside the creepy building that seems to agree. Gachan returns to the entrance of the village where he finds fellow investigator Yasuke. The two guys wait for their friend Daichan, but he just never shows up. The guys start to get worried and decide to go look for him. After a long search, they finally find Daichan in what appears to be a long abandoned house.
Daichan? 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 Daichan?
Daichan is confused and possibly dehydrated, just sitting there as if in a daze. But his camera is still recording. Fearing for Daichan's health and safety, they decide to just get out of there and make the long hike back to the car. Later, when they look back at Daichan's captured footage, they are shocked to their core. Daichan seems to have encountered something absolutely terrifying. This is the footage from Daichan's camera.
はい、それでは大ちゃんは今からこの山の上に登って。
この家めちゃくちゃ綺麗じゃない？今まで見た家より一番綺麗なんやけど、誰も住んでないよね。結構しっかり残ってる。 家がある。めちゃくちゃ足場がある。また時計だ。ちょっと待って。ライト。
Daichan suddenly sees a bizarre pale face staring back at him from behind a door. In shock, he stumbles back and falls, but when he gets back up, the mysterious creepy face has disappeared. But then, as he turns around, he sees a man wearing a traditional Japanese robe, kneeling at a Buddhist altar on the other side of the abandoned home. Later, when his friends find him and Gachan walks outside, the same terrifying apparition of the man in the robe can be seen at the window, just watching him as he leaves. So did the Clip Store team capture real paranormal activity in the abandoned Sabukawa village? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire 2-part investigation with even more scary paranormal moments over on the Japanese YouTube channel